Hi friends, I'm so excited because this week we are going to begin our new unit, Unit 2. And that target focus is that you are able to solve word problems using money. And as we know, we've learned about our base 10 values in Unit 1. We learned about the ones place, the tens place, the hundreds place, and your favorite, the thousands or the cubes, okay? But remember, we are still working within 120. So everything you're gonna be doing is going to be within that smaller value. We're not gonna be getting into the thousands. That will come in second grade. So you'll get there, I promise. Okay, so first let's do a quick review. In Unit 1, we learned, again with our base 10, a unit is worth 1, okay? A rod is worth, that's right, 10. A flat is worth, do you remember? 100, okay? And of course that takes us to our cube that is worth 1,000. Well, you're going to be so happy to hear that whenever we go into money, it's basically you're transferring that knowledge from that base 10 that you have, and we're just going to apply it to our numbers. So first, let me introduce a couple symbols to you. This is the dollar symbol, okay? And if you notice, it's just an S with 2 lines through it. And it goes in front of your value, okay? So the dollar sign always goes in front. And then the amount behind it is just going to still be, whenever we would place value things, hundreds, tens, and ones, okay? The cent sign is just the C with 1 line through it. But if you notice, the cent sign goes after or behind the value that you're talking about. So if it's 39 cents, it's going to be 39 with a cent symbol behind it. So the dollar sign goes in front of your value, the cent sign goes behind your value. Let's go ahead over the values of your coins. Okay, this is our penny. It is the only copper colored or brown coin that we have, and that value is 1 cent, or as we've learned, that equivalent in base value in base 10 is 1 cube. Then we have our nickel. Our nickel is worth 5 cents. So that's if I would count by ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is 5 cents, 5 cubes. Then we have our dime. If you notice, our dime is a little smaller than the nickel. The dime is worth, you guessed it, 10 cents. Or it would be a rod, okay? Because we know a rod is worth 10. If I had a quarter, okay? Again, you see how I place valued it, and you can do the exact same thing to help you out. I have 2 tens here, and I have 5 ones. And you see I have 2 tens, and I have 5 ones. So if I had the 2 rods, that we would count by what? Tens. 10, 20, then I would switch to ones, 21, 22, 23, 24, and 25. Okay? So that is basically using exactly what you did in Unit 1 and bringing it and applying it to your money values. I'm so excited because I know you all are going to have so much fun working out these problems this week, okay? And just thinking out loud and then starting to calculate or solve the total sums of your coins. Next, let me show you your dollar bills. And I have a feeling that this is probably one of your favorite things to count when we're talking about money. So we have our dollar bill, and just like we used to do, I taught you all with your base 10, when you draw your picture representations, put the value in it. So this is $1. $1, you see the dollar sign in front, or 1 flat. In a flat, we have 100 cubes, right? Or 10 tens, which equal 100. So this is about 100, this is 100 pennies that is in $1. So if you notice, my values keep going up. The next is a $5 bill. Okay, this is our $5 bill, which would be equivalent to 5 flats. Same with the $10 bill, $10, and we would have 10 flats. Just to show you how this works with our base 10 or those equivalencies. Okay, you're not going to be using these too much if you don't need to. $20 is basically 20 flats. Okay, so in today's activity, we are going to be looking at money values and just adding them up. Okay, so let's try a couple. And we're only working on our dollar bills today. Okay, let's see our first one, okay? 3 $10 bills, 2 $5 bills, and $1 bill. So first grade, what I'm going to do is when you look at these problems, it's best if you identify the amount and then the value that you're going to be counting, and that's going to be following it. So let me go ahead and underline. Okay, so do you see how I put 3, 10, 2, 5, $1? Just so I know whether I'm adding with numerals or I'm drawing pictures, I know what values that I'm adding. So the first one says 3 $10 bills. So there are two ways, at least two ways you can do this. I can draw 3 rectangles and put the number 10 in there and use my dollar sign like that. Okay, that's 3 $10 bills. Let's go to the next one, 2 $5 bills. So again, I'm just drawing a rectangle and putting $5 in there. Last, I have $1 bill. Okay, and I always put the dollar sign, whatever symbol I'm using, so I know what I'm solving for, whether it's dollar or cents. So now we simply just add these together. I have 10, 3 10s. So if I were writing it in expanded form, I would say 10, 10, and 10, or an equation. Then I would add 5, and 5, and 1. And then I want to see what that equals. Basically, we're just adding. Just like we do on our number chart when we count, we're just going to go ahead and start counting. And remember, counting with our largest value will always get us there quicker, okay? All right, let's go. Count with me. 10, 20, 30, 35, 40, 41, okay? Because I know 5 plus 5 is what? 10. That would give me another 10. Okay, let's try that again. 10, 20, 30, 40, 41. So I have $41 here. Okay, and right now we have not talked about the decimals. You may have seen those before. Just write your whole number, your whole numeral, and then with the dollar sign. So mathematicians, in today's assignment, you will be doing exactly what we did. You will be seeing problems presented like this. The amount of money that you have. Then you have a nice workspace that you've been having over the last few weeks. And think out loud. Think out loud in that workspace, whether it's adding with equations or using your picture representations to add those values. Okay, so good luck today. Let me know if you need anything. All right, bye first grade.